So there's all the stone for the retaining wall. Well, not all of it. Some of it's back here. But between those two pallets, that's 5,200 pounds, a little over 5,200 pounds of stone. So obviously, there's no way the Kubota is picking up this pallet of 5,000 pounds of stone. So I'm gonna have to take it off by hand, which, you know, I had to do with the fence. I've got a bunch of 80-pound bags of concrete. I had to unload those by hand. The point is, do it once, unload it one time, and palletize as you go. So these stones weigh 17.5 pounds each, and the Kubota lifts around 500 pounds. I'd like to keep it at 500 pounds because that's what it'll manage. It'll manage it pretty well. So I don't want to, you know, max it out to where it could just lift it an inch off the ground. I want to be able to work with it. So anyway, 17.5 pounds into 500 is about 28 stones, okay? So I'm going to take 28 stones into 300. It's going to be roughly 11 pallets, something like that. So for stones or something that's going to be small volume-wise load with heavy weight, I like to use smaller pallets like these ones on the bottom. These bigger ones will be fine. I'll just stack them a little differently. And if they're too big of a pallet, I might even cut it in half. All right, so now it's the task. We just start stacking them. It's also a good idea to keep your stack as close to the back of the pallet forks as possible, close to the lifting arms, you know, increase your leverage. So I'll stack them, you know, I'm not going to stack them all the way out flat, keep them out that way. How the heck did I get a rock in my shoe? In the trek across America, it wasn't the mountains that got me. It was the pebbles in my shoe. Woo! The tractor's not perfectly straight or level. Little pucker factor there. I think we're okay though. Get that load low. And then we can start driving around. All right. That's the first pallet right there. Just do it again. So I'm down to the last one, last pallet. No reason to restack that, it's already on a pallet, but it's too far in the back of the trailer for me to reach it. All right, so all I'm gonna do, run this chain around here. Then I'm just gonna hook it right here to my pallet forks. Take the chain off of here. Take the chain off of here. And so that's it. And the point of this whole thing, which took about 2 hours, is that I will never have to lift those again until it's time to put them in place in the wall. So they're on pallets, and even if they're in the way for some reason, I can move them around, you know, just driving the tractor and moving the joystick. That's all I need to do. These are red line pallet forks, by the way. I did a video previously with the stump bucket, and these are very well made. They're very lightweight, which is extremely important for a subcompact tractor to have lightweight pallet forks. I know there are cheaper options out there, but you can decrease your lifting capacity by 10% very easily if you get the wrong pallet forks. They're strong enough for what this tractor needs, and they're Redline or AI2. Maybe I'll leave a link in the description and you can check those out. So now that I've got all the stones in place, the next operation is to dig out all of the soil that's along the side and replace it with gravel. And of course, I'm not going to do that by hand. I'm renting a mini excavator. That's going to come on April 3rd, I think. April 2nd through the 4th. I pick it up on the 2nd. Anyway, I'm going to be using a mini excavator plus the Kubota to dig this all out and prep it for the wall. So that'll be the next part of this project. But there's still more time this week, so I might get back in the woods and I might do some more clearing next. Well, so the way things worked out, it's really too wet to work back in the woods, so we're going to cut up some of these trees that we took down from my backyard and put them in bins. So brings me to the other use of these pallet forks. These again are Redline pallet forks, and they simply come apart just like that. Take the tines off. And then this little tool here, this is called the Jaw Boss. I've shown it before in videos, and I really like this thing. It's super strong, and it gets your logs up off the ground. It's like your new and improved sawhorse. And the fact that these Redline pallet forks have a 2-inch receiver right on the hooks, you just switch it out like that, and now I can feed logs into this, hold them up off the ground, and my dad and I are going to cut them up. So this process here is just like the process of unloading any load into pallets. Right now, we're cutting up all these logs using that jaw boss. I'll leave a link in the description for the jaw boss and also for the Redline pallet forks. When you're lifting with a tractor that lifts around 500 pounds, 600 pounds is pushing it, a set of pallet forks that is as light as possible is absolutely 100% necessary. The Titan pallet forks that I had before were heavier and by about 50 or 75 pounds, I think it was, which is about 10% of your lifting capacity. So it's worth spending the extra money on good quality forks with adjustable tines that are lightweight and allow you to lift heavier loads, because you'll see in just a minute that after we really were palletizing all of this firewood into these bins, you'll see that it's going to take every bit of strength that this Kubota has to get those bins or IBC totes moved back to the wood yard. So yeah, this is about as high as that Kubota can lift those. I don't know how much they weigh. I'm guessing a little over 600 pounds. And hey, I just had to get them off the ground just far enough so I could move them. Bottom line is, I'm not gonna have to touch those again until it's time to burn them or deliver them to my dad or do whatever. They can sit in those bins until I find a better place for them. And if I need to move them again, I'll move them with the tractor. This one, look at the mud. Oh my gosh, I just cannot wait until this mud season is over. So get yourself a good set of pallet forks, put things on pallets, and move them only once. So if you enjoyed this video, got something out of it, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you on the next time. Hopefully it'll be a drier day.